Hi everyone, my name is Pichni Kong, and today we are going to be discussing the topic of breaking the cycle of fast design. Interior architecture is central to how people experience built environments, yet this industry faces a pressing sustainable challenge, the short life cycle of interiors, often referred to as fast design culture. Every 5 to 7 years, retail interiors are gutted. Perfectly good flooring, furniture, and finishes are ripped out, not because they are broken, but because they are no longer trendy. What happened to that waste? It doesn't disappear. It piles up in landfills, adds to carbon emission, erases cultural memory, and even in the spaces that we inhabit. This cycle of fast design culture prioritizes novelty over durability. Construction and demolition already accounted for nearly 32% of landfill waste, much of it from interiors. Vinyl flooring and synthetic carpets as well as composite furnitures are rarely recyclable. So with every renovation, this adds to climate crisis by disregarding materials that could have lasted for decades. Economically, it could look like a refresh, but it is actually a hidden cost. Businesses spend millions more on repeated repeated renovation than they would have if they invested in resilient designs. A retail chain that remodels every 5 years spends double, even triple the cost of a single durable fit out. Life cycle cost analysis shows upfront investment in resilient design yields long-term savings, but the industry often overlooks this in favor of immediate trend adoption. Socially, consistent rebranding erases its identity. Community experience placelessness. Interiors are starting to feel generic, disconnected, and even temporary. Instead of serving as cultural anchor, places become disposable backdrops. Doug Mimarlik pointed out that cultural centers succeed in integrating local material and motifs strengthen the community identity. Fast design does the opposite. It strips away the continuity, and replaces it with sameness. And health suffers too. Frequent renovation exposes occupants to dust, noises, and VOCs from adhesive and finishes. Poor indoor environmental quality affects productivity, well-being, and even long-term health outcomes. Business and interiors stresses that sustainability isn't just about carbon, it's about human health. When interiors are treated as consumables, both the people and the planet pays the price. So how do we break this cycle? First of all, we can start by looking at modular and adaptive design. Flexible partitions and even reconfigurable furnitures allow spaces to evolve without demolition. Imagine the office that can expand or contract with the team size, or retail store that can refresh its layout seasonally without tearing down walls. This reduces waste and extends the life cycle of interior. Other solutions that we can look at are durable bones flooring, walls, and lighting that can last decades, and trends can be expressed through textile and finishes that can be easily swapped out. We can also look at salvaging and refurbishing furniture that helps reduce landfill contributions and costs. Architects are now designing with deconstruction in mind, enabling materials to be used rather than disregarded. We can also look at certification alignments such as LEED, WELL, and Living Building Challenge that prioritize durability and life cycle impact. Even partial adoption helps improve sustainability and marketability as well. This is an example shown by Architizer that shows that testbeds aim to redirect materials that are used from mock-ups that could have been in landfill, but they used it to invest in neighborhood and community gardens instead. Other solutions we can look at is also the life cycle cost analysis. While it costs more upfront for a more resilient design, it actually saves more money in the long run. We can also choose low VOC paint materials and adhesive that protects occupant health, especially in schools and hospitals. Business and interiors reinforce that sustainable interior must prioritize human well-being alongside the environmental metrics. It is also important to design for cultural community, like community centers that integrate local materials and motifs become anchors of identity, fostering belonging and resilience for generations to come. It also helps for it to be a timeless thing as well. While some may argue and say that the resilient design costs way too much upfront, life cycle analysis shows that long-term savings outweigh initial investment. Others will also argue that trendy interiors attract customers, yet timeless frameworks allow durable bones to remain intact while trending layers keep space fresh. Others will also worry that the modular system are too complex, but in reality, the modular system allow for adaptability, making it easier to evolve spaces. And concerns about reused materials looking second rated, case study shows that reused material can be high quality and aesthetically pleasing when designed intentionally. Like the example shown in this picture, it is made from a reclaimed brick the interior, and this shows that it can be aesthetically pleasing while being environmentally friendly as well. So now we know fast design may be the norm today, but resilient design is the future. By embracing the adaptability, durability, and cultural continuity, we can create interiors that honor identity, save money, protect health, and reduce waste. The choice is clear. We must shift from disposable design to resilient design because sustainability isn't an option, it is essential.